when we get into the hometown stuff.
In the heat of the diamond where legends arise, Smoking Jeremy B's got the stats that surprise. From the Tigers to Yankees, the action's alive. Big Rich and Jamie break it down, they thrive. Round table talks, the fans gather around. It's baseball season, watch the team strike gold. Every pitch, every catch, every tale that's told. From home runs to errors, we break it down tight. Join the round table talk, let's ignite the night.
Good evening and welcome to the Baseball Roundtable Talks. I have my friends with me. We got Boston Paul. We've got the one and only Chicken Nugget King. And of
What's
course,
up?
Mr. Brightside, the guy that created the intros that I'm using. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Great, Jeremy.
Hey, feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
Good. So we do got a lot of baseball news to get into. We're going to get into topic number one, or headline number one from this week. White Sox win in Hagen Smith's MLB debut. Let's kick it off in Chicago. The White Sox get a 5-3 win over Cleveland in a weird weather wreck debut for Hagen Smith. A 2-hour rain delay, both starters wiped out, and the rookie steps in cold and throws two scoreless. Then Colson Montgomery drops a 3-run bomb to seal it. So what do you guys think about that? 2-hour rain delay, comes in and dominates. In those 2 innings, he had 5 strikeouts and a pop-out.
No hits, right?
No
think
hit.
there's no hits.
No hit.
Yeah, the guy, he's going to be really good. I think he was drafted currently number 2 in the White Sox system. I think 51 overall in Major League Baseball. He was drafted in the first round, 5th overall in 2024, and he's got a bright future. This kid showed some really good poise.
I think so too.
I'll tell you what really showed me a lot was, I believe it was the 3rd inning in well, it was not just that inning, but he had 4 walks, I believe, that game. But the bases were loaded in the 3rd. And the way he kind of worked his way out that jam, you know, he was really good in Arkansas. He was a first-round pick in 2024. The kid's just talented. And I think I was talking to Jeremy. I was talking to one of our friends, Shane, too. Like, our division ain't good, but our division's really good young guys. Like, when you look at the White Sox, the Tigers, you look at the young talent, it's remarkable. Montgomery and them, both Montgomerys. Those guys are studs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, with the White Sox, too, they're moving from rebuilding, I think, towards actually trying to compete, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. I think that's the way you got to do it, is you got to build to compete, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind even in your division. Talking to you, Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
Look, Jeremy, can we speak on it real fast? I don't want to go off topic, but I know me and you have went back and forth with a lot of content creators. Keep Scooble. If you look at how the White Sox did it, I think they just broke the MLB record 2 years ago for like losses in a row. You know,
right.
They moved Garrett Crochet. They moved Luis Robert, right? They get these young guys. They already had a talented farm club. I mean, like, they got Luis Acuna. That's basically, they got players on players. They made the right moves. Noah Schultz, I think he's going to be amazing. Like, from the top to the bottom, they made the necessary trades. They did what they had to do, and you're seeing the fruits of their labor. The division's bad, but they're not a bad team. You know what I mean? Like Kyle Till. Oh, is he a Cub? I'm sorry. No, Kyle Till's not a Cub.
White Sox. Yep.
Yeah, battled some injuries. They're deep right now. That the Japanese guy, I mean, he's remarkable too. Vargas is having a hell of a year. Like, they're doing really good, and they did the things they had to do that was necessary. And I tip my hat to that.
Yeah, you know, the White Sox made a big, and I think Venable may had a lot to do with it too.
Oh yeah.
The coaching got way better, you know, and him coming out of college and coming up the way he did and going in. I think he went to a pitching coach in the MLB before he became a general manager. Correct?
I believe so.
Correct.
Right. He was a general manager in NCAA. I believe it was one of the mid-tier level Division I schools. Then came up, became a pitching coach, and now he's what he is with the Chicago White Sox, in a huge difference. He's way better than Carlos Guillen ever dreamed of being.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Carlos Guillen got them there, but it was that team. That team was built from the bottom up.
Yeah, for sure. And they've done a good job just in a couple years.
Wasn't it 2 years after they won that World Series that Guillen got fired for the stupid shit?
I think it was like the next year. Yeah, Jeremy.
Yeah, it was like a year or two after. It was crazy how bad it went from he's the best ever to you are dog crap. Get out.
Didn't they just retire his number too? I think
Yeah,
they just
because
retired his one.
as a player, not as his manager number, if I remember right.
Okay.
But then
Yeah,
let's
but
go
my
over-
thoughts.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, my thoughts on like the White Sox and this young player is that once the coaching gets better, they get better. You know, and they're just taking it one step at a time, and they're doing what teams are supposed to do, is just go out there and play the baseball that they can. They know what they're capable of once, you know, the going gets going and whatnot. And you know, I like what they got from afar. You know, I think the Chicago White Sox are a team that's definitely trying to be up there with, you know, the Dodgers, or up there with the Brewers, or up there with any kind of team out there that electrifies the eyes. So, I mean, sky's the limit for them if they could just continue the ball. Same thing with Smith.
All right. What do you think, Woody? Other than that,
I mean, I think when you look at the Tigers, you look at the Sox, they're young and talented. The division, even Minnesota, I mean, even Cleveland, like the division's bad, but the White Sox are on the right page. They'll be okay. I hope they don't mess it up. That's more or less it. Hagen Smith had a great job. They have decent pitching, decent bullpen. I mean, it's okay. Those bats, though, they're strong. We see that the last two games. You know what I mean? So,
right. So, yeah, I kind of agree with you that, you know, their bats are waking up. They're batting more consistent. They're playing more small ball. I mean, except when Murakami is raking the ball over the fence. For the most part, it's been small ball that's been winning it for them, and timely pitching. Does anybody disagree with that?
No, not at all. They find it. Look at Hagen Smith, another left-handed pitcher they find. You know,
right. I mean, and technically, because we've talked about it already, we've got a left-handed pitcher that they've been comparing to Skubal the last year and a half down there at Toledo in the Tigers farm system, that Jeff Blake. He's a fireballer with control. He's got that 12-6 change that drops and almost makes hitters look foolish when they swing at it because it hits the plate as it goes under his bat. I can't wait. I would love to see him be one of the September call-ups right now. You bring up him and Max Anderson, you can platoon Glaber with the DH when Valencia needs a night off.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I like that call. That call's a good call.
And the other guys that I would love to see called up and a couple players DFA'd, I don't want to get rid of Hyu Lee because he's no longer YUN MLB. He's actually became a really good hitter, and I think he's, 65 points above Torkelson right now in batting average?
Something like that, yeah. He's like a 265, 270 hitter right now. Right.
The one that is really surprising me that he's struggling in Double-A Erie is the guy one of the guys that was the centerpiece of the trade. Zahir Hope is struggling mightily. Do you know what his batting average has been since the trade?
No, but I know he's like 0 for 23. He's kind of on that thing right now.
He's batting a .039 in Double-A.
Yeah.
That's all right. More to come with that guy. He's gonna be really
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, he's still a plus defender. He's got a great arm from right field, and he's a left-handed bat and thrower.
Go ahead,
I'm
bro.
also the guy that you turned me on to that I did the scouting profile on, Emilio Gautz out of Germany. I'm interested to see what he does in the next couple of years.
Bro, he's interesting. I think interesting is the best word we can put for him, right?
Yeah,
He's either going to be amazing or he's just going to be like making schnitzel. You know what I mean? Like it's one of the two.
Yeah, he's either it's feast or famine, but he did get his visa, so he will be here next season.
That's good.
And I want to see what he does, and I think they should automatically start him right at West Michigan Whitecaps, single high A, and let him work his way up. And MDE, good evening. What is up, SJB and crew? Boston Paul, my brother, how are you? Let's fucking go. Have a great show, boys. Yeah, and
Danny's
so
here.
far we are. And now we're going to move to the west coast of the MLB network, league. Arizona Diamondbacks take the series over the Dodgers. I think that's the most surprising series win I've seen lately. I can't say I'm surprised that the Chicago White Sox have won 2 in a row against us because they've been winning a lot. They've been streaky, and that's what they tend to do. When they get hot, they get hot, and it started with that 3-2 win over the Cleveland Guardians when Hagen Smith came in to basically do a 2-inning close on it.
Yeah.
So what did you think about that series between the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, Boston Paul?
Well, it shows me the Diamondbacks they're not giving up. It's the first time that they've actually won a series against the Dodgers since 2018. So that tells you something. They can seriously challenge for the NFL playoff race. I really think they can.
And didn't they sell some
60
players at the deadline too? Didn't they sell some players at the deadline too? Got rid of some cap?
Minor stuff. I think they bought and sold, but minor stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can't count them out. They're 63 and 56 right now. Is it a great record? No, but it's one of the better records. And beating the Dodgers in a series since they haven't done it in 2018, I think that you're going to hear some noise from them.
Yeah, and we are leery of that lockout. That's why instead of buying, we sold. I think that's the biggest thing, and the price for a right-handed bat was very high prospect-wise.
Yeah.
D-backs have better pitch. Yeah, I know. I got a couple of them on my fantasy roster.
Yeah, Brandon Pfaadt, he's really come on. Pfaadt, I think. Is that how you spell it?
Yeah.
Yep. He's
Troy
really
Melton
good.
let my fantasy teams down more today than my backup to my prom date choice decided to go see a Beastie Boys concert over honoring her commitment to me. I wasted a limo and money. Oh, so Chicken Nugget, what do you think of that series that went down?
I think the D-backs had the best of the Dodgers. They were, giving them a run for their money and just playing the best baseball that they can play. It doesn't matter if it's the pitching or the hitting. Someone's going to get fast and someone's going to move slow. And the Dodgers have moved slow, and the D-backs are just moving fast. They're just taking their time with their positions and just making sure that they play, up to par. I don't know where they're at right now. I don't know what their record is, but, the expectation is to win, right? So I guess the best bet was to go out there and get a win.
All right, Woody.
Yeah, so This year they're 6-6 on the series. The 3-game series, it was close. I mean, game 1 was a 1-run game. Game 3, the Diamondbacks won by 2. They lost game 2, but if you watch the game, the Diamondbacks, they stranded 15 base runners in that single game alone. Like, that is absolutely insane. You're not going to beat the Dodgers like that. But they also kind of put a cap on the Dodgers. So the Dodgers scored 2, 3, and 2 with that high-powered offense. The Diamondbacks look really good. Look like they had a formula to that. They just got to knock in those runs. That's when they struggle. That's when the Tigers struggle. That's when most ball teams. You can't leave 15 base runners on and not score. Right?
Exactly. There was a game we won where we had 19 runners left on base, and that was like, what?
Yeah.
Because that's an anomaly. When you leave that many runners on base, that you win the game. But that was the 4-pitcher shutout, too.
Yeah. I mean, that Path guy that Paul was just talking about, in the one game, I think he had 7 scoreless innings. You're talking about going through a Dodger lineup with that much talent. And statistically, every time you face a batter, the average goes up. I think it's like 128 the first time around, and it goes all the way to like 346 around the third time you bat. That's why Scooble's so, like, it messes you up because Scooble won't see nothing past like the 5th, 6th inning. He's never going to see somebody 4 times, whatever the case is. But he did a really good job. I think he had 3 earned runs one of the games, but Paft is really good. I like what they're doing over there. They were minor sellers, but Diamondback has done a really good job these last 5 years of kind of coming out of nowhere, showing up. I mean, they made the World Series, I think, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that, with that young team.
Somewhere between 3 and 5 years ago, yeah.
I think that was Carroll's rookie year. So they've done a really good job over there with what they have. You know, they really don't have any high-profile prospects. I mean, you had Lawler, you had Carroll, but Carroll was like kind of one of those guys that kind of snuck up on you. Although you knew he was going to be good, you just didn't know he was going to come in the league and be that good. So,
yeah.
And, they took advantage of, Eugene Suarez. He was in Detroit. You know what I mean? So, hats off to them. They've done a great job. But you can't leave 15 base runners on base, score 1 run against the back-to-back champions. You can't do it. But, I mean, besides that, I mean, they did a great job.
Right.
And Danny makes a good point, you guys. He says one team plays more with urgency than the other in August. Let's see what happens in October. That happens with the Dodgers.
To get to October, you have to have the urgency in August for some of those teams that are not leading a division at the same time. The goal is to get to the dance, to have a chance, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
So,
correct.
Those teams that are struggling to make up ground, like our Tigers.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, technically, by win percentage, we are all tied right now. Did you see that in the standings?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the Rangers, the Tigers, the Twins, and Blue Jays are all tied with a 488 win percentage.
Yeah.
The only difference is it looks like if you add it up, the Blue Jays have played 2 more games with a win streak of 2. So they have 61 wins and 64 losses, which is still a 488. The Twins, Tigers, and Rangers are all at 60 and 63. And I don't think the Rays have, in the bottom of the night, have tied it with the Orioles. Are we going to get another walk-off miracle in Tampa Bay?
I think it's possible.
Right now, the Phillies are up on the Twins, so if they lose, they drop behind us by a half game.
Orioles just won, Danny said.
Yep, okay. The last 3 World Series representatives have been D-backs, Dodgers, and Dodgers. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, so it backs up what you were saying. It was 2 years ago there, Woody. Dodgers are in cruise control until October. They are a beast, and that will be... Oh, yeah. I'm not saying they won't be. And I am... Oh, the Orioles just won. What'd they do? Win it in 10? Because according to that, let me see if it... Oh, yep. They won it in the 10th inning. The guy that was on second scored. Good for them.
I hate that rule.
Yeah.
Rules should not be in the books.
Yeah, it happens. Nope, Woody dropped out again. He must be having internet issues. This is like the second time he dropped. Yeah, because when I brought up the standings, asked
No,
Paul
don't
about
ask me
the
about the
shift.
shift, Danny. Don't.
Oh yeah, let's
I'll
hear
just
it.
go off
Let's
on
hear
a
it.
tangent. No,
Let's hear it.
it's
Come
fine.
on.
No, it's fine. We'll save that for another day.
Okay.
Danny's just trying to get me going. Danny likes to do that. I'm not a shift guy.
He says, "LOL."
He
He
knows.
goes, "I am actually scared of Boston Paul's Red Sox come playoffs. They are so freaking spunky, and the pitching, if it holds up, is gonna gain Crochet as the type of late inning ace that can shut down any inning."
Agreed, Michael. Agreed. It's gonna be. You guys, it's shaping up that way. We'll see. See how he does. Yes, Danny, your middle name is Instigator. You're right. Yes, that Danny.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, what a night. Let's get into that next subject while we wait for Woody to come back, because I kind of agree with everything you guys said about the Diamondbacks. Their pitching is better than a lot of teams think. And on top of all that, they play small ball. The captain can stir the pot like any other. I love it. These are probably facts that we all know. And are the Yankees doing well right now, as far as in their last 10?
Was it Red Sox?
No, the Yankees.
Oh
no, they're 5-5 too. The Red Sox are 4-6 after
4
that
and
15
6.
games.
Yep.
And you know what? That's what happens when you have young guys. You are streaky, but it's an inconsistent streaky. And he goes, exactly. Small ball is, yeah. I've said that you need like a consistent lefty and a consistent righty in that roster, and it would be amazing if you guys had that to go with the power guys you got. You got a lot of guys that can tear the cover off the ball. But the problem with a lot of these guys that tear the cover off the ball, the plate discipline and the plate vision isn't as good as a consistent hitter. Do you disagree with that, Boston Paul?
No, right on. 100%.
I mean, look at Riley Green. Last year, he led the league in strikeouts, but had 31 bombs.
Yeah.
He had 206.
Yep.
Yankees are trash. Their offense is more inept than a broke barfly trying to get a date at closing time on a bar on Gratiot Avenue. Back me up on that chicken nugget, right?
Right. Correct. Correcto.
Without their big bats in there, Aaron Judge, who actually does hit for average as well as power, they've been lacking that consistency that Judge provides. Everybody always, glazes over the long ball, but they forget the fact he's a 280 to 290 hitter every year.
Yeah.
That's consistency.
Yeah. For sure.
That's the difference with a lot of them. Now, on to the big one. The first guy to do it in a while. Jason Misiorowski hits 200 strikeouts in Brewers win. That is a great accomplishment for any pitcher in this day and age where they do the pitch counts and everything like that. Chicken Nugget, let me hear what you got to say about that.
Honestly, that is that's just crazy. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazier feeling.
I think he's the first guy to do it this early in the season in the modern era. Isn't that correct, Boston Paul?
Yep.
That's
I
true.
believe so. And I'll tell you, my thoughts, I got to tell you on this, is that if you were pitching in the Nolan Ryan era, we talked about this, Jeremy, he'd have about 400 strikeouts this year. He really would. And that's saying a lot because nobody's ever had 400 strikeouts in the modern era, which is the 1900s. You've had Nolan Ryan with 383 in 1973. You've had Sandy Koufax with 382 in 65. But I think The Miz could do 400 this year. If he was pitching back in the 70s, he'd have 400 strikeouts this year. They just don't go long enough now. They don't complete games anymore.
And here's the reason why they don't go long. Number one, the pitch clock. And I've been saying this since the pitch clock came out. And even though I wasn't a big baseball guy there, but when I started watching, I noticed how fatigued pitchers were getting faster than what they ever did before. And they're getting pulled earlier and earlier. And what I did notice is that after 3 innings, they're sweating more than they used to. You used to didn't see guys sweat till about the 6th, 7th inning, which meant they weren't gassed till the 8th inning. That's why you were able to do a short reliever, a setup man, and a closer in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. You didn't really. The mid reliever was rare. It was for when somebody got in trouble in the 4th or 5th inning and had to be pulled because their confidence was gone.
Yeah.
Now you got guys getting pulled in the 4th inning with 2 men on base because they were like, "Oh, you're struggling. You must be tired."
Well, I think Miz has that arm that's just like crazy, out of this world good, and I think he's one of those pitchers that will never be forgotten because once his game grows and elevates, he's gonna go crazy for a long time. And how old is this kid? Because he's
I
definitely a
think
legend in the making.
isn't he like 23, 24?
Yeah,
Boston
he's
Paul?
young.
Yeah,
He's really
23,
young.
24, somewhere around there. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, this is a young prodigy that the Brewers have, and they better keep that kid because you don't want to let a guy like that go.
But I said I don't mind the pitch clock because it does make the games go faster, especially on television. But I said after 3 innings, increase the time by 10 seconds they have between pitches. If they go another 3 innings, increase it by another 10 seconds. Because what is it, a 30-second pitch clock, right?
No,
Yep,
15.
correct.
15? It's 15?
15.
Okay, so like after 3 innings, make it 25. After 6 innings, if you don't want to go all the way to there, make it 4. Oh, it's 20 is what MDE
I
says.
thought it was 15, Michael. Thank you. I'm pretty up on
Remember
this
David
stuff.
Wells, Wilbur Wood, if rotund pitchers were on a pitch clock, they would be out by the 3rd inning due to physical demand to catch up and rip it. Love that point. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on it. I think they need to do something to adjust it to help pitchers be able to stay in longer. It has to happen.
And it's not going to prolong a game that much.
No, not at all.
But with Mizorowski, he's got like a rubbery arm. If you look at his delivery, it's like he throws like this. He doesn't throw like this. His arm is so rubbery. I don't know. I feel like he's going to get hurt someday the way he throws. But I don't know. So far, so good.
All right. Yeah. Also, when men are on base, they need time. 100%. I just think it would behoove them. I can't do anything in 15 to 20 seconds. Oh my God. I was going to make a joke that involved my wife, but she is awake and she would kill me.
Yeah, hold off on that, Michael.
Yeah. You must be doing speech to text again. No, but seriously, I think if you did that and then at the 6th inning extend it again, just that extra 10 seconds. So take it from 20 to 30, from 30, and then maybe go 15 at the 6th inning, you might start to see some complete game pitchers again because their arm would get that rest between pitches. I think it's very important. And that I think that's another reason why we've seen more elbow and shoulder injuries, the soft tissue injuries that we've seen over the last couple of seasons. They are up. And between that and the fact that they're using analytics to increase people's spin rate to make their ball move better, regardless of the pitch. Why did they tell us when we were like 12 years old? I think it came out in 85. So if I was turning 15, they started saying, hey, if you're under the age of 17, you shouldn't be throwing curveballs and sliders.
Yeah.
And everybody said,
when I was young.
You were fastball changeup. I like extending the clock, as you are saying, SJB. That would tax the soft tissue joints less. Yes, especially in the postseason after a long season. Yes, absolutely. I think they should automatically make it a 40-second clock to start a game in the postseason because of the wear and tear of the long season. I mean, how much better would these guys be with that type of process? What do you think, Boston Paul?
There's got to be a happy medium. I think you're right. I think that they should do something like that. I don't think it's going to prolong games like they're afraid it's going to do. And especially in the postseason. In the postseason, I'm in favor of getting rid of the clock altogether because it's the postseason.
The only reason why I'm not is because every time somebody would swing and miss, they step out of the batter's box, call time, adjust their gloves, get in, make their stance, take their practice swings again. I'm okay with them not being able to do that.
Yeah, but they've been doing that for 100 years, Jeremy. Last year.
With the way the pitch clock is, they can't. The ump has to allow them to do that. Now they actually watch to see if the guy actually had their glove loosened.
Mm-hmm.
How many pitchers have been great in the postseason, never bounced back to reach the same level? Many. Lately, see Trey Yesefich for the Blue Jays. He was a beast, but during long season broke. 100%. Nomar Garciaparra would have struck out at every at-bat.
You're right.
Jeter too. Jeter would do that. If he had a swing and miss in the first two, he would step out, adjust his gloves, get back in, swivel his hips, and then get into his stance. Mm-hmm. And you know I'm right. Jeter was the Elvis of baseball while he was playing. I'm sorry. LOR at Nomar captain. LOL. So many players would have. Oh my God! Entire Yankees teams laughing my head.
Keep the comments coming, guys. I love it.
Yeah, I love the comments. Yep. So let's move on to the next subject. Chris Sale was ejected at the Braves versus Yankees game after that whole debacle with the balk the night before. Did you guys pay attention to that? Did you actually hear about it?
Yep.
Chicken nugget. How do you feel about that? Chris Sale defending his pitcher from the night before that got called for a balk that when everybody watched the replay, it really wasn't a balk. Oh, he must have stepped away. What do you think, Boston Paul?
Well, listen, Chris Sale's fiery guy, right? It wasn't a block. He was pissed off, right? He got mad and everything, and whatever. It carried over to the next game. I feel like there's no place for what he did. I think the challenge decision, he should challenge it with Major League Baseball's front office. No need for the shenanigans. To me, it's not sending the right message to young kids learning the game, and they look up to him. Challenge it with Manfred later. You know what I mean? But
Right.
Yeah, he was wrong, but come on, be an adult about it.
The craziest thing is it happened even before the game. So before the first pitch went out, he was taken out of the game.
Yeah. I mean, before the first pitch, he was so mad and carried over from that last. What happened? I mean, I get mad, you get mad, whatever. But we're adults. He's an adult. You know what? Control yourself. I don't know. How do you feel about that? I just think it sends a wrong message to the kids that are watching the game, and it is the kids these days are. Some of them are out of control. And we got to put respect back into the game for the kids.
Yeah, and I agree on being fired up and defending your teammates, defending your coach. And it was a bad call. It was called out by the announcers. It was called out by everybody, but that's not one of those reviewable offenses is the bad part.
Yeah, it was not. And, it happened. It is what it is. And there's all valid points on his side and on what I said. But whatever, Chris Sale, just, do better next time. And
Amen. Do better there's a better way to make that argument.
Yeah.
Chris Sale once cut up every jersey in the Chi Sox clubhouse because he was angry that the front office deemed them to be the ones they had to wear. Serious. He used scissors and cut up every
He
one.
really did that? I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why he was traded out of Chi-Town.
Wow. I guess he is unique, huh?
Yeah. Can't say he's not passionate about what he does. That's for sure.
No, not at all.
But I agree that he should have been taken out of the game, though, for one reason. Respect for the authority that is the umps.
Yeah.
It has to happen. I think didn't they say he got into a chest bumping match with him while talking about it with the ump?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure on that. But just whatever. You have to have respect for authority. And I know they harp on the umps about that wrong all the time. Blah blah blah. We said this a couple of weeks ago. On the balls and strikes, the umps are right. 53% of the time. So, give them some respect. It's not an easy job.
The crazy thing is how many times these young guys are getting it right.
Yeah.
Chris Sale is as passionate as they come, but doesn't give anyone a free pass to be a jerk. Love his talent. Yeah, exactly. And I get it. That's what I'm saying. Billy Martin literally had to go over, above, and beyond to get kicked out of some games. Do you remember those days?
Oh, yeah. Not these days.
I said those days.
These days. Not these.
These days, the umps wouldn't take any of that crap from any manager. Yeah. Now, if you just argue about balls and strikes, I mean, ABS gave him something to fire back with, and that's great. But the 2 challenges, I think if you get both challenges right, you should get a third one if you go to extras.
Good idea. Should write some of these into Major League Baseball. Send them in, Jeremy. You make some good points.
And also, I wouldn't mind if the call ups was expanded from 2 to 5 for the free call ups to get the guys the major league experience of being in the major leagues, of actually pitching or hitting in the major leagues. Because if there's guys just raking it, there's other unsung heroes like he was talking about. Woody was mentioning of the Tigers. And I'm quite sure you got a few too. But other than Max Anderson, Max Clark, and Kevin McGonigal, which everybody knew would be good, there's that Bryce Rayner, the 6'5" shortstop.
Yeah, for sure.
Billy Martin tried to get kick out, laughing my ass off. He really did. Lasorda, Earl Weaver, they were orchestrating drama to drive the drama for their teams. I missed them. Lou Piniella, oh my God, he was the best. Yo, you're speaking my language. This is my era of baseball that I loved. That time frame back then was such an amazing time to be a baseball fan. The things we saw, the animated arguments. Back then the worst thing you could do is throw your hat or kick dirt on an ump. That would get you ejected. That's what would get you ejected. And Billy Martin would play that fine line and go out and argue with him like 3 or 4 times. And then all of a sudden, boom, the dirt got kicked at him. Or he'd fling the hat right in their chest. Yeah. Never threw it at their face. He was never that disrespectful. That makes you think it was a little bit of gamesmanship on his part. Because how many times would his team go ahead and win after he was ejected?
There was a couple of managers would take the base and they pick up the base and they
fling it across the field or take it into the dugout.
Yeah.
And we talked about it the other night. I miss Morgana, the kissing bandit. We need another one of those out there.
Mm-hmm.
That would bring viewers back to baseball. Huh. Just saying. So let's get into the next one. The Colorado Rockies. Do you realize they actually have a better road record than home record? They have just won their 7th road game in a row by beating the Giants. How bad are the Giants? Everybody beats them. They're like a redheaded stepchild right now. They're the Josh Rosen of the Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
So what do you think about them having that nice long streak they're having right now there, Boston Paul?
Really good. You would think they would have been out of it, they're dead in the water. Rockies laughing stock of the league, one of the worst teams in the league. Here they are doing that, right? It just shows you, you can turn things around. You can, you said 7 straight?
7 straight on the road. Can't win at home, but man, can they win on the road?
Yeah, Kyle Freeland, he's been terrific. They just brought up Zach Veen, who had a 2-run homer recently. He's a really good power hitter. I think the wins pulled them to about 1 game of San Francisco in the NFL and West standings. They're not 2 of the best teams in the league. It's not that big of a deal, but they're streaking right now. And that's, you don't have to be the best team in the league to be exciting, right? You could be the worst team in the league and be exciting too. It's good for their fans.
Exactly. I think it's good for their fans. Chicken Nugget, are you back? No, he's not. Wonder if he had an internet issue and he's froze. Well, Giants hired Ted Lasso to be their coach. Sorry, but that doesn't work in real life. So Tony V, go back to college, bro. The Giants suck worse than my fantasy baseball teams this year. Almost as bad as mine. He goes, Robbie, great seeing you, brother. Hope you are great. I think it's amazing they're winning on the road. And I think part of the reason they struggle to win at home is because they play that small ball type of game now, too. They don't have that big power bat in their lineup like they used to. It used to be when you were watching ESPN and Timmy would come on and do his question, all the answers would somehow, even on the multiple guess, would be Todd Helton. Because Todd Helton had like every record for the Rockies forever until Trevor Story.
Yeah. Tulowitzki, too, I think. Remember Tulowitzki?
Yep, Tulowitzki. Yep, I remember him too. And he fell apart. He's great, but for a time there, he fell apart after he left the Rockies. Why? He didn't have that thin air. He wasn't hitting the ball as far as he used to. You know, those guys that needed that and got it, they had a great time.
Yeah.
But, man, how great would they be if they just would have stayed where they were?
Yeah, exactly.
Great point, SJB. Their power bat is Mickey Moniak, and they are sitting him versus tough left-handed pitches.
Well, Jeremy, look at the Red Sox, too. The Red Sox have a losing record at home this year. A worse record than they do on the road. And they're in the hunt, you know?
Right.
So,
and we're pretty much almost dead even back and forth, especially now that we're within a couple games of 500, which we were nowhere near that at the end of May. Everybody was writing us off. Remember that, Boston Paul?
Oh yeah.
Even I said, I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm just saying I don't expect it. And then all of a sudden they started winning. Skubal came back. Mize came back. And now we've been doing pretty good at winning without them both. I mean, the fact that we're 500 after getting rid of them. Wow.
And you know what? Chemistry's huge too. Maybe they have better chemistry without them. That goes a long way, you know, Jeremy. Chemistry in the clubhouse.
And the Brewers just beat the Dodgers. Wow. Patty Grimes, good to see you here, my friend. How are you doing, sir? That's a nickname, but it's not his real name. Yep, the White Sox have everybody in the AL Central's number this year. They've been doing really good against Central opponents. And I think, and again, I'm going to say that has a lot to do with Venable, their general manager.
Yeah. You mean the field manager?
Or field. I know Venable. Yeah. No, because there's the guy that does the moves and the signings and the trades is actually the POBO, the president of baseball operations. Whereas
field manager,
the coach or general manager is what they call them now for the most part. Field manager, general manager, it's all the same thing anymore. It's the guy in the dugout with the players. Red Sox have figured out how to grind out games and ride their end game bullpen with Whitlock out for a bit. They need Crochet back. If they get both of them back before players, that's a beast. I agree. Crochet's close, right?
Yeah, he's close. He's got a few weeks there.
So basically, if you guys maintain, and I think you will, your wild card position as the second best wild card team in the American League, I don't see anybody catching you.
You know what,
I really
Jeremy? Don't. Michael's commented on the Red Sox a couple times tonight. I think Michael's becoming a Red Sox fan. I really do.
Well, the way you beat up on his Yankees, he probably is.
You know, I wish he was. He should sign on. I gotta ask him about that. I'll ask him off off camera. But yeah, I think he's becoming a Red Sox fan.
He might have a couple of them on his roster. You never
He
know.
might. Hey, I'll put anybody on my roster if they make my fantasy team win.
I'm glad I picked
I'll
up
put me in.
Valencia.
Yeah, good pickup. Is he a catcher?
I think, yeah, he's a catcher in DH, so he's basically playing almost every day.
Yeah.
BBFWAF, baseball fan worried about future as much as I am excited about upcoming players. It's hard to believe we don't face the abyss coming in the strike like a. Oh, hell no. Oh,
I just couldn't resist, Michael. I couldn't resist.
He just wanted to push that button to get that type of reaction.
Yep. No
He was
Yankees
doing
fan will
his,
ever tell you they're a Red Sox fan.
he was doing his best impersonation of one Mr. Danny Fuller, stirring the pot.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
my
gonna call
goodness.
Danny Stirring the Pot Boy from now on. That's his new nickname, Danny. Instead of the captain.
No, it's
the pot boy.
it'll always be Captain Danny to me, and I would love to have him on here sometime because his baseball knowledge is top notch as well.
It is it's up there, higher than a lot of people. He knows his stuff.
Nice try, but Boston Paul. The button was pushed deeper than my doctor gave me my annual proctoral
Oh God, the vision I just
oh.
Danny is the GOAT.
I remember when I had to go in for my first one at 40, and I told the doctor, I said, "Be gentle." My safe word's pineapple.
Oh boy.
Just saying.
No problem, Danny. You're the man.
Captain Danny is the GOAT, period. All right, let's get on to the next topic. Astros win on Walker's 10th inning blast. Houston beats Seattle 10-7 thanks to Walker's 3-run nuke in the 10th. Astros stay alive in the AL chase, and that lineup keeps finding late game magic. Are the Astros a legitimate playoff threat? I'm going to start with you, Boston Paul.
Yeah, they are. I think they can be. They had lost the last 10 of previous 11 games against Seattle. This was huge for them. Huge. Christian Walker, he's been terrific this year. 23 homers, 70 RBIs. They entered the 10th trailing 7-5, but scored 5 runs against Seattle closer Andres Munoz, one of the best closers in the game. They were down to the last strike twice in the inning, but kept rallying back. This is huge for a team. This is what makes teams turn around. This was terrific.
That's why I asked that question. I'm gonna bump Chicken Nugget to the back till I see his. Yeah, and we're gonna change the view for us too.
Sure.
We might as well.
Oh God, my big nose is in the way now.
That's okay. My face for radio's in the way now.
Got my baby grand.
The AL is more wide open even late in the season than the OF girl that is desperate for viewers and will do anything. Sorry. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yes, the Astronauts are a threat. The West is a big reason someone has to win the division. I know who it won't be. It won't be the Athletics and it won't be the Angels. They are mathematically out. They are the only 2 teams in the American League mathematically really? Out, technically.
They're truly mathematically out? Really?
11.5 behind for the Athletics and 12 behind for the Angels. Believe it or not, Kansas City, 13th team back in the American League, still has a shot because they're only 10 out because of how many games are left. That's what it boils down to.
Well, I'm telling you, this Houston team, they can go. They can do it. They
They've been
do this
making,
all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
make it as like the 6th or the 5th wild card, go up against a good team, give them a run, may not win that first wild card series, but they give them a
Mm-hmm.
run.
Mm-hmm.
And now on to my only Tiger subject. Ho hum, we lost 9-5 yesterday. Both
Yeah.
teams were raking the ball. And then today they lose 4-3. We have to get these bats to wake up. The consistent bats that have been doing great are not doing so great right now. And that's the biggest problem with the Tigers. It's no consistency. Max Clark has even went 0 for 6 his last 6 at bats. I know that because he's on my fantasy team and it sucks. McGonigal manages to get on base. If McGonigal gets on base, he scores a run. Have you noticed that in his stats?
All the time.
It blew my mind that out of his 122 hits or 122 at bats, he's hit the ball 78 times and scored 74 runs.
Yeah.
When you are at that efficient, that is why. Do you realize he not only has the best WAR for a position player out of the rookies, but he has the best WAR in the entire major league entire American League, even better than the best pitcher's WAR. Think about that for a minute, Boston Paul. That's never happened in the modern era. Do you want to know who the last one was that had that type of WAR when they went back and looked at the stats? You have to go all the way back to Josh Bell.
Sure.
And I mean old-time Josh Bell from the 40s and 50s. How crazy is that?
Crazy. Really crazy.
I couldn't believe it when I saw that stat.
Well, so this series with the Tigers and the White Sox, right? They came that game, that 9-5 game. They were just 2.5 games
1.5
behind the White Sox.
1.5 games back. We became 2.5 as soon as it was over. Now we're 3.5 back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a big swing, you know. It's a swing, man.
No, we're 4.5 back. So yeah, you were right. We were 2.5 back because that's whole games back you go. Yeah, we were 2.5 coming into the series. Now we're 4.5 games back. But Minnesota is losing tonight. Thank God.
The other thing too is I think it makes the White Sox. I think their season series, they're better in the season series, which would become important though if the teams finish close in the standings, won't it?
Oh yeah, they have dominated. So. They have dominated the AL Central this season.
Yeah, yeah. That game was tough. They traded punches all night long. Every time one team looked ready to pull away, the other team struck right back. The game stayed tight deep. I mean, into the late
innings. It wasn't until that 7th inning where they blew up again for 3 runs to take the lead for good on that 9-5 game.
And you know, it would great series, great game. I mean, neither team blinked, neither team each side didn't break. It was a true division grind. It was a good game. You can't. Hey, what are you gonna do?
Can I say something honest in public? I would love to see the two of you do this show. I am generally a fan of the dynamic that you have as a pair, and I think you bounce off of one another great. Thank you, MDE, my brother from another mother.
And Michael, if you came on once in a while, it would even be better. I'm just.
I think so too.
I know he.
Hey, I know his background too, and I know why he doesn't do it. I wouldn't mind him doing it.
I just know that he's one of the best baseball minds I know, along with Danny and yourself. And I mean, Michael is second to none. He's awesome, you know, and him helping us on the side there means a ton to this show.
100%. Yeah,
It's,
I cried
like
a little
having
when
a-
he's not in the chat. I miss him during the noon shows with his new job.
well, it's like having a second producer beside yourself, Jeremy, when
Right,
he's in
because
when he's in the background.
because he may say a comment that seems off the wall, but at the same time, he always brings it back around to the topic.
Yes, and what I like about it is he makes it fun. He'll say a funny comment, sometimes about a serious topic that everybody's all stoked and they're like, "Oh my god!" And Michael will make a comment, and we're all like, "Oh, thank you for that comment. That was funny." You know, it breaks the ice.
So if Chicken Nugget wants back in, I will let him back in. But for now, it'll be just the two of us.
Yeah.
But I still think the Tigers have a real good shot to make the playoffs because they seem to play everybody else super tough. And that's the main part.
I think they're
Thank
the
you,
favorite to
MD.
make the playoffs.
I mean,
I
because
think
with the loss
the ones
tonight,
that
because the Guardians won, so they're a half game behind us, and with the Twins losing 9-1 to the Phillies, which, hey, the Phillies are a good team. They just had their struggles, just like the rest of us have had our struggles.
Yeah.
But it's weird how most of the teams that bought, they are struggling in the American League. Have you noticed that? It's kind of crazy. And the ones that sold, like you guys did minor buys.
Yeah.
You
we still bought them.
But you didn't go all in like some of the others.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And
I
you
agree.
literally, your team got better while still not costing you your whole prospect farm to do it.
Yeah.
I know you lost the one to get Jake Rogers to the Orioles, and it made you upset, especially now that Jake Rogers already got DFA'd.
Well, that didn't. We lost a 2, a 3, and a 5. What we got bad, it was a good trade. I'm not gonna, it was good. I mean, they've gone on a little bit of a kind of a losing streak, a little bit here and there, since the big streak, But it's fine. But you're right, Jeremy. I've noticed that the big buyers,
the Dodgers, the Mets, the Yankees. Tigers remind me of the 91 Twins just getting in and winning it. The Rangers that just won 3 years ago, they are spunky. They have the pitching, but not the hammer. But dang, if hot, watch out.
Agreed. 100.
All right, now it is time for MDE's favorite part of the show. He puts the 3 words in the chat when I say I'm going to do it, and he usually sticks around for it even when he says he's leaving. You know what it is. It's rapid fire time.
Got it. Fire or ice?
Yep. So if your answer is yes, it's fire. If your answer is no, it's ice. Hagen Smith should stay in the rotation immediately. Fire or ice, Boston Paul?
Fire.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I think he should be pitching for them in their rotation.
Yep. Everybody needs a left-handed pitcher.
And we've all talked about this guy all season about how good he is. Colson Montgomery is becoming Chicago's most clutch bat. Fire or ice?
Definitely fire.
I say fire as well.
We got fire on the
then we got
chat
MDE
side.
and Danny saying fire too on the first one, and MDE already chimed in on the second. And Danny did too. Hey, look at that. We're 4 for 4. We're shooting for a record here.
Because we're great.
Diamondbacks. Arizona is a top. I can't. No, this is ice. I don't even want to read the question. Erod is pitching better than he ever did in Detroit. Fire or ice? It's definitely fire for me.
Oh
Boston
God,
Paul.
fire, big time fire. Pitching out of his mind this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not as good as he's pitching, is he? I don't think he
No,
is.
that's what I'm saying. He's pitching out of his mind there with them.
Yeah, he's whatever. You know, go to other teams and pitch like you're a Cy Young. You know,
All right. Brewers Mizorowski. Mizorowski is the NL Cy Young favorite at this time. Fire or ice?
fire.
The World Classic reset Rodriguez somehow. I agree. I think it's fire for Mizorowski as well. Sanchez is ice. Yes. Milwaukee is the most complete team in the NL Central. I'm going to agree with that.
I have to agree with it too. I mean,
It's a mild fire because I think there's some teams that are close than there, like the Cubs. But right now, they're just on another level.
yeah, I mean, they just find ways to win. They have that chemistry. Talk about it all the time. It's 100%. It's huge for a ball club and a clubhouse.
And they are the healthiest. That's
Good
100%.
point, Danny.
Inferno from MDE on that.
See, that's why Danny's so good.
Yeah. Cubs are kind of fake to me. So up and down Brewers play. Yeah, they do. And they've done very well with it. Braves Yankees. The Yankee season is officially spiraling. Fire or ice? Boston Paul.
I'm gonna say fire. It is spiraling, but I think they're gonna come back.
MD, the Yanks are jank. So he thinks it's fire. I think it's fire. Frigid like my ex-wife. Of course you would. You're a Yankees man. They're spiraling faster than the Tidy Bowl man in the commercials. How's that?
That's good.
Chris Sale's ejection will fire up the Atlanta clubhouse. It did work, did it not?
Yeah, I say fire. It did. I thought it did. You know, maybe that's what he was aiming for.
100%. I would have been aiming for that. Laughing my ass all Tidy Bowl. Fire. Sale knows what he's doing. Yeah, it does fire up your team when you got somebody fiery like that. Just like we were talking about, Earl Weaver, Tommy Lasorda, good old Billy Martin. Sparky would even do it every now and then. Say what you want. We've had some great coaches that used to know how to push the umpire's button and make them go insane. When Sale butchered the jerseys, he knew what he was doing. Yeah, it fired up them. They fired up his teammates because they all hated those jerseys. I can't remember what that alternative was called, but God, it was awful. Do you remember that, Boston Paul? What he's talking about?
I don't really remember that specific one, but is it? Do you remember when they wore the shorts? When the White Sox wore the shorts?
Yeah, that was
Back in
awful.
That was awesome. I mean, it was awful, but it was funny.
Colorado's road streak is actually sustainable. Fire or ice? Boston Paul.
I'm going to say ice on that because I don't think they can sustain anything, if you ask me. It's good that they're winning.
Ooh, MDE says ice as well. I'm going to say tepid because they've been doing it.
Okay, fair.
I'm not going to say I'm not going to say they can't keep doing it, but I can't say they will either. I'm in the middle on it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They've been playing small ball. They've been doing it. What they can't do is win at home because, like we said, without a power bat in that thin air right now, they kind of suck.
Who do they have coming up on the road? Do you know offhand?
I don't know right now.
I could probably pull it up. But
We'll look that up next week and we'll bring that up. Zach
Yes,
Veen
sir.
should be hitting in the top 3 permanently. He's the guy that actually hit the game-winning run versus the Giants.
Yep.
Rocky's pitching is as reliable as my Timu Viagra, he says. Oh my goodness, MD, you're killing me, brother. I love you. Now let's get into the Astros. Houston will make the postseason. Fire or ice?
I'm going to say
Awesome.
fire. I think they will. I really do. I think they will.
Danny says fire. I agree. I think it is fire. Fire AL West is a joke.
Good point, Michael.
What's weird is as bad as the records are in the AL Central and how many of them have bad records, if you actually look at it, it's how tough they play each other that has brought each other down.
Yeah,
And
well,
Danny
that's what it's
Fuller
all
says
about.
without cheating. Yes, without cheating. 100%. Walker's bat is the Astros' most dangerous late game weapon. Fire or ice, Boston Paul?
I love Walker. I think it's fire.
I agree. I think it's fire as well.
23 homes, 70 RBIs. Doing well.
He is.
He can bring his average up a little bit. So can't everybody else in Major League Baseball. So shouldn't everybody else.
And now on to my Tigers questions. Alvarez needs a Robin. I agree, MDE. All right. Detroit's rotation needs immediate changes. I'm kind of lukewarm on that. What about you, Boston Paul?
I'm the same as you, Jeremy. It could go either way. Maybe one change. Maybe.
What I
don't know,
do
Jeremy.
think
Yep.
needs a bigger change in Detroit is the bullpen.
Yes.
Whether they got to call up one of the rookie fireballers, I that's where I'm at with them, because fire or ice, no bake cookies. Fire. Love no bakes.
No. So Jackson Jobe. He had a bad outing. Okay, the kid's great.
I mean,
He's gonna
look
be
at the
their
game
savior.
before. The game before, he went 5 scoreless innings with 5 strikeouts, 1 walk,
I know.
1 hit.
Yeah.
He had a bad game. And it's the same with Melton. This is his first bad game ever.
Right.
I mean,
he's gonna be their savior.
7-1. Now he's 7-2 as a starter.
I mean, Job is going to be their savior. You watch it. Give him a year. Next year, I bet you he wins 15, 16 games next year.
This is like the most oxymoronic statement I could make about the Chicago White Sox with this next question. Murakami is becoming a problem for AL pitching. He always has been. That's volcanic inferno, lava burning your flesh off. Fire.
I agree. Fire. Could be rookie of the year.
Oh, that's funny. Dylan Schmittler paid Melton to throw the game to sink my fantasy team. I know it.
He probably did. That's how Dylan
Yeah.
rolls.
And that is the end of the rapid fire. I think this was my most show-centric rapid fire I've done yet, based off of every topic. I didn't try
That was
not
fun.
to get
That
off.
was fun.
So give me your hometown take, brother.
Red Sox fans. Red Sox were on the scoring. Well, let me start how they're doing so far. 65-57 through the last night. They're 9.5 games behind in the division. 4-6 last 10. They're projected to win about 87 games now. Only a 1.1 chance to win the division, but a 94% chance now of getting into the playoffs. That's huge right there. All you need to do is get into the playoffs, right, Jeremy?
That's right. You want to get to the dance because you never know what happens in that short 3-game series for the wild card.
Absolutely.
All you got to do is get there. We proved it last year when we held first place forever and then fell behind to the Guardians and ended up having to play the Guardians right off the rip and taking them out of the playoffs.
Yep.
And say what you want. That was an amazing job by the Tigers to do that.
Yeah, I agree. And then I just wanted to point out that the Red Sox were scorching hot, cruising on a 27-3 mark over 30 games. The first to do so after entering the stretch of, listen to this one, 10-plus games under 500. It included a franchise record-tying 15-game winning streak recently, matching the 1946 Tigers. They went ice cold, 5-game skid. I think Thursday they won 7-0 Thursday night. You know, this up and down thing, they're driving me nuts. Can you stay consistent? You win 27-3, now you lose 5 straight. Now you lose one and you win one. They're winning tonight. You know, it's crazy, but you know, I think they're gonna go far in the playoffs. I really do.
I agree. The 3 wild card teams that are in the National League, I think they're better than some of the division winners right now in the American League. I'm not trying to be mean. I think they can take the Rays. I think they can take. Well, who's leading the West right now? Is it the Astros or is it the Rangers?
Let me see.
I know who it's not anymore.
I have it in my notes.
It's not those pesky Athletics.
Yeah. It's not the Athletics.
Yeah, the Astros are leading the division now. Yeah, they'll make the postseason. They have exactly a 3-game lead over the Texas Rangers.
Yeah. Standing.
Asterisks. Yeah, for that. Well, yeah, I know.
I can't believe the White Sox are a division leader.
After being as bad as they were last year. That's the turnaround. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being in the chat. I want to say thank you, Boston Paul, for joining me. I want to say thank you to Mr. Brightside. Thank you to Chicken Nugget.
Yeah.
Speaking of chicken nuggets, I got some burgers upstairs, and I think I'm going to throw some chicken nuggets into the oven,
There
too.
you go. It was fun
Once
tonight.
the A's get to Vegas and build a pitching staff, I believe they will be like the Royals of mid-2010. Boston Paul, tell everybody where they can find you every week.
Right here on KCB, right here, Baseball Roundtable Talks. You know, you can find me on Facebook. I think it's I'm Paul P Spada 1 on Facebook, and right here. I'm just a guy that loves baseball.
Yep. And you know what? You can find me on my channel, which is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City. Or I got a group called Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions on Facebook. You can find me at my name, Jeremy Volrick, of course. SJB, that's my podcaster nickname. I've been smoking Jeremy B since the first time I went on a show. Because I used to have, you remember your first headset mic you had, and it was so hot, it was like overpowering, and everybody's like, man, that thing's loud. I had one of those, and I was smoking a cigarette because I was on my lunch break at the tire shop doing the show outside in the back, so I wouldn't have to deal with the traffic noise. And I was smoking, and when I would breathe out, it would hit that mic just right. And one of the commenters' name was John Robinson, one of my oldest subscribers when I started my channel. He said, "Oh my God, he sounds like Darth Vader with that breath hitting that hot mic. Let's call him Smoking Jeremy B."
That's awesome.
And that's how
That's
I got
awesome.
my nickname.
Mhm.
But thank you to everybody in the chat. There is no fantasy football talk this week because our draft doesn't go live till next week. So I have tomorrow off. I'm thinking about heading to the casino because I'm
There
bored.
you go. Good. Have a
But
good time.
I want to say to everybody in the chat, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here within us. If you do not improve the world around you, you can't expect it to change. Thank you for watching the Baseball Roundtable Talks. We will be back next week. I love James and Claudio from GSB. And I love everybody in the chat, especially MDE. Boston Paul, you're another brother from another mother. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Jeremy. You too.
And enjoy the outro. And MDE, I did send you the link if you wanted to join us for the after talk. Talk to you soon.